Hello families, this video is to review the 2025 family survey data. Thank you so much for all of you that participated. We had an increase of about 16.4 points from last year. So 61, almost 62% of our families completed this. So that really helps to give us an idea of what our, as we like to say, our glows and grows are. What are our areas that we're excelling in, and what are some areas of growth? So the purpose of this survey was to provide feedback regarding satisfaction in various areas, including classroom learning, culture and climate, family engagement, and portrait of a graduate. So in this video, I'm going to just give you an overview of how your responses are in terms of agreement. In classroom learning, and you can see here, the Navy is from spring of 2024, so a year ago, and 2025 this spring. So a lot of consistency there, give or take, plus one, minus one overall, but 95% agreement that the classroom learning environment is positive. So things like being satisfied with the quality of learning, the communication from teachers is effective, individual support, and engaging children in learning. So 95% agreement in that area. The next area is culture and climate. This was a strength at 97%, and you had, you can see that from spring last year to this year, again, pretty consistent, plus one, minus one. The area that I'm proud of all of these, but I always want everybody to feel as safe as possible, and we do take that very seriously. So our sign-in procedures and volunteer protocol and visitor protocol and things like that really help to keep our kids safe, and it means a lot that is an area that you feel comfortable with as well. So culture and climate, feeling comfortable about talking to someone at my school about my child, confidence in the leadership at the school, that your child feels like they belong. Again, some real areas of strength there. Family engagement, 91%, and this is going to be an area of growth. In the previous video, or perhaps you'll be watching it after this, we are going to have an opportunity for families to provide additional feedback on how we can be more engaging and increase feelings of connectedness among families. So we saw some declines in this area, feeling connected to other families who have students at this school. Our open space meeting, again, being responsive to your feedback, we want to get ideas. What does that look like? What does that look like, sound like, feel like? What are barriers to feeling connected, and how can we increase that? Families feeling welcome at the school remains strong. And then, you're asking for more ways of communicating with you about how to support your children's learning, and we really appreciate that. So we'd like to know a little bit more of that. School offers a variety of volunteer opportunities for families to engage in. That's remained consistent. Feedback, qualitative feedback has indicated some wanting more opportunities for volunteering, and we welcome that. We'd love to get more ideas on that. And then school offers opportunities for me to contribute my time and resources. That did have an increase. So we just want to, again, be responsive to this feedback that you've given and be able to generate some more ideas on how to increase family engagement, and specifically in the area of feeling connectedness to other families. In terms of portrait of a graduate, 96% agreement in terms of how we as a school are preparing your children to be lifelong learners, civically engaged and culturally responsive, future and life ready, and reflective and resilient. Those are things that are our district's goals as well as our school goals from the time that they are in pre-K, preschool, all the way through their graduation and beyond. So we want to make sure that we're doing our part and more to prepare our kids for the world that we're living in, and that, more importantly, that we will be living in. Some positive glow themes. Really appreciate the time that you spend giving feedback and narrative, qualitative information. Diversity and sense of belonging of families and students events such as cultural connections being a real high point that came up a lot. Positive growth of high expectations and pride and high performance. Opportunities for expression in different areas such as music, art, creativity clubs, and performances. Opportunities for children to grow cognitively, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So, really appreciate that positive feedback. Some areas related to growth, and again, this is the follow-up that we'll have with our open space meeting. But themes related to this were the desire for increased connection to other families, more volunteer opportunities to be involved in the classroom. So again, I hope that you will be able to come to that open space meeting so that we can learn some ideas and get to know some of you better to help get you involved in how this can look at Wellington. Some other growth areas, communication went one of two ways. Either there was some felt there was too much communication and others felt like they wanted more. So I think that's an area that we can all grow in at all times. And then wanting more advance notice for volunteering in events and also what kinds of volunteer opportunities. So those are some things that we're going to be working on. Again, as a next step and a follow-up, we don't want to just have you take the survey and then not do anything with it. We want to make sure that we're taking next steps for growth opportunities. So we're collaborating with the Family and Community Engagement Department, also known as FACE, to have an open space meeting. We're going to be gathering input from families during that time regarding opportunities to increase connection and family engagement. That will be Tuesday, May 13th from 6 to 7:30. This is facilitated by district FACE members, and the feedback will be shared and guide next steps for professional learning for our staff and activity planning. So really hope that you will be able to come out and participate in that. Again, I showed this in either a video that you've already watched or that you will watch, just the flyer for this. So we're really looking forward to that and hope that families will come. This is open to children. There's a special student activity area or children's engagement area, and they'll have some popsicles and things. We'll just have some light snacks. It's not a dinner, but we'll have some light snacks for those that are able to come. We know that this is a very busy time, and we do appreciate your participation and willingness. So again, thank you so much for all that you do to support your students, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully on May 13th.